Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Snack Cackle Talk. I am your host, Lacey, and today is Hot Topic Tuesday. Today's topics, I have three that I kind of want to focus on. Oh, I just noticed that I fixed my camera view. I've been having trouble with these little thingamabobs showing in my camera, and I realized I fixed it. It's not showing today, so that's good. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to hop on this feed for this hot topics that I have today. Let's see. And I'm going to see if I can find me on here so that I can access um, y'all's comments if y'all have any. I'm going to do that really quick. And but for today's hot topics, what did I do with it? I'm sure I posted it, y'all. I'm sure I posted today's hot topics. The drama continues. That's today's topic. Okay. And I think I might have posted that there were three topics that are pretty much going on. Let's see what I find. Well, I always go through this, y'all. No joke, where I can't, and I really want to log in today uh, to see what y'all. Okay, I found y'all on my phone, so that's good enough. Um, that way I can kind of keep up with everybody's comments. Hold on just a second. I'm looking for something I dropped. Um,
You're supposed to be over there no way.
yeah, I mean,
That's mine.
I found it nonetheless. I'm gonna prop my phone up so I can keep up with everybody's comments. Okay, so today's hot topic is the drama continues, and the first one I believe is the baby daddy drama. Okay, for those of you that are pretty much on Facebook, social media all the time, y'all may have run into the feeds that's been surfacing with DDG and Hallie about their son Halo.
Hey, this just happened. Texas bill would make it indefinite identifying as transgender a felony punishable by jail.
Huh?
Texas is trying to pass a bill that would make identifying as transgender a felony.
I hope they were driving around in a bus.
I couldn't get my words back.
So, so let's cut into this hot topic real quick, okay? So Texas is trying to do what now?
They're trying to pass a bill to where if you identify yourself as transgender, it's punishable by jail.
After they done sat here and condoned this mess, I'm I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's mess. I mean, I don't agree with the transgender. I mean, I don't have a
You don't have a dislike
I don't have
for
a
it.
dislike for it. I just think it's just doing too much. That's all. I just think it's doing too much.
Your only issue with it was being young and making the decision to change your
Yeah, I
partnership.
mean, it was creating a whole nother
Like if you once you're an adult,
gender when there shouldn't be one.
once you're an adult, you can make your own decisions.
So I mean,
That's what you always said.
that's a whole huge topic, but it's crazy that that's. I mean, it's not crazy. It's overdue. It never should have got started, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with if you are a man and you see your inner being as a woman, and so you just want to dress the part as quote unquote drag. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They've been doing that for years, and even if they haven't been doing it, they put it in movies where they have men dressing up in dresses and all that. So I mean,
Well,
to each his own.
Drag been around since the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, I mean, that's nothing new.
Probably
But
before
when
then.
you start trying to create a whole nother gender and trying to exclude a gender, it's kind of crazy and it's doing too much. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry if anybody gets offended. I I have no dislike for these people, but it's just doing too much, in my opinion. And then
No,
you got
what you-
babies involved, and it's in cartoons and
What you're saying is
and everything.
basically what you're saying is you don't have a problem with people being gay,
Yeah.
bisexual,
I don't have a problem with that.
or whatever. It's just going through the process of changing your sex.
Yes, I don't have a problem with you being gay, bisexual, none of that. I don't have a problem with that at all because it has nothing to do with me. I'm not here to really judge you or anything like that on that standpoint. Um, what is going on? But yeah. So this hot topic that I have with DDG and Hallie with their son Halo, that's been all over the social media reels, feeds, YouTube, everywhere, and it's done got messy, and it's uncalled for. I don't know what this young man did to this lady. I mean, I hate that it did. It's got to this point for them, for everybody that's sitting back saying, I knew this was gonna come to this point. She never should have been with him in the first place. I mean, worry about what you got going on in your relationship and who you shouldn't have been with. That's how I see it. She's young, she's learning, she was in love. She thought she was anyway. And she thought the feelings were mutual. And I hate that it's come to this for her, but I'm glad that she set boundaries. I'm glad that she knew what she wanted in life. She knew the type of man she wanted. She unfortunately she thought she saw it in him, but once she realized that it wasn't in him, she got ghosts. You know what I'm saying? She made a wise decision to go the other way. And for some reason, he's having a hard time dealing with it. That's what I'm seeing. Is DDG is having a hard time with this separation. I don't know if they broke up mutually, but he's having a hard time, and it's like he's trying not to drag her, but at the same time he's dragging her, and he's getting agitated that he can't see his son. I mean, that kind of comes with when you break up and the son lives with her. You can't just gain free access to your son whenever you feel like it without prior authorization, without making sure it's okay with her, without calling. You can't just show up. She is the parental guardian. And there are a lot of fools on here condoning his behavior. Why? I'm assuming y'all act the same way, birds of a feather flocking together. I don't know. But this young lady, she's very classy. She carries herself in such a well manner. So I don't see her doing anything to this young man that put their relationship in this state. But on the other hand, what did he do? I'm not going to say, well, he obviously did something because he wrote a song saying he was just having fun, that he don't love them thoughts. You you were just having fun. Okay. That's what came out. That was the consequence that came out of that. fun that you said you was having, and you wasn't thinking about this young lady that you were supposed to be with, or her feelings, and y'all done made y'all relationship public, very public, and she's trying to scale back and just see after her and her son while they go through this healing period of, I'm assuming they might have had a cold or a flu or some sort, and he's having a hard time with why he can't see his son. Honey, I don't know what to tell you except for leave this young lady alone and give her time, give her space. If your mother didn't tell you that, give her time and give her space, and let her come to terms with y'all break up. Let her get Halo on a schedule of it just being a single parent home, instead of you broadcasting this baby how you're doing and having these little fit and temper tantrums like kids rolling on the floor, falling out, kicking. But you're mashing play when you do it because you want people to see you doing it, but you want her to be at fault while you're doing it. Don't make sense. And you're making yourself look bad. I mean, she clearly saw something in you, and for some reason you ruined that for her. And at the end of the day, she has to think about Halo. And I also don't like how he got on there and Halo was calling his mama's name. Obviously, he wanted her. And you have such, I don't know if it's hate now that you have for her, or if you're just um, bitter, the acrimony stage or whatever. I don't know if you're quite there with the acrimony stage, but you definitely in that way, because you get mad that this baby wants his mama, so you're calling him a mama's boy, and you having this little disgusted look on your face towards your own son that you claim you love. So I don't get that part. And you telling him he can't look at kid stuff with you. He's going when he's with you, he's got to learn how to make $1 million. He's one. Why are you trying to strip this child's childhood from him because you're trying to profit off of him? I don't get it. I don't get that. And this is a topic because it's streaming all over Facebook because he's putting it on there. Like, what's your problem? You don't care about what she's doing, who she's doing it with, and how she's doing it, and all this stuff. I don't know if when I was in relationships and me and somebody broke up and we dated for a minute, that breakup didn't come that easy. Yeah, it's easy to walk away, but you can't stop thinking about who that person is with, what they doing, especially at a time when they would usually be with you. If they're happy, they would usually be happy with you. What's her routine now? Who she's doing it with, especially around your son, to say you don't care says that you do care, but you're upset because she broke up with you. Was she supposed to just sit back and watch you humiliate her and be with all these girls and run these girls all up and through your house on social media and have fun, as you say? And then she's supposed to sit there and wait for you. It's crazy. And all the foods that's condoning your mess, clearly are birds of a feather flocking together. I don't get it. But if nobody told you, leave that young lady alone and sit down and chill. She's not keeping your son from you. Just calm down. You're doing too much right now. That's kind of making her have to be more protective of him now. I don't know what anybody know about that topic, this whole situation. If you have anything you want to say about what you think about it. hey, I'm opening up the door for you to, if you want to comment on it. But I said my piece. I ain't gonna say nothing else about him. I mean, I don't dislike the young man. He's going through something clearly, and he's lashing out. But he's taking it out on not only her, but he's also taking it out on his baby. Is what I see, and I don't like that. Um, the next topic is tonight's conversation. We spoke on tonight's conversation, the YouTube group podcast group that they're going through a terrible split, breakup, separation, whatever you want to call it. And it's getting nasty, I'm assuming. And I spoke on Trip Fontaine leaving the group and everything like that. But they're, I don't know, they just got a lot going on. And Ace is at the front of it all. And the behaviors that was going on. So I hate to see that was a really good group, a good promising group that seemed like they was going in the right direction. And somehow they got led astray. And it seemed to happen once they took tonight's conversation on the road. Once they grew and expanded in an unbelievable good way for the Black community. And it just, I really hate to see something that I saw bringing the Black community together. Um, I hate to see it falling apart the way that it is. You know, um, I really do hate to see that because they seem like they got along so well, and obviously I don't know. What they say, don't judge the book or something. It the cover had a pretty picture on there. I'll just say that. And I don't know what's going on with the pages of that book, but they're falling apart. And I really hate that they are falling apart. You know, and yeah, I can sit back and say, well, I wish they figure it out so they can come back together. That's never gonna happen. But I'm curious and like, um, for the ones that are venturing out back out on their own, from my understanding, some of them were already known in the social media field with streaming and blogging or whatever they were doing. So I wonder if they're gonna go back to that life or if they're gonna just continue. I don't know, talking about their drama and just feeding off of that. I don't know. I hope they can move on. And I'm curious to know. I'm still curious to know if Trip Fontaine gonna start his own podcast because I know everybody was kind of pushing him to do that. So I'm kind of curious to see if that's something that he might be interested in doing. So I'm kind of curious to see if. Okay. Who are you referring to? You don't think who's so innocent? Are you referring to Haley? Haley?
Hello?
Haley? Um, it's
Yeah.
not so much as if you're referring to her, it's not so much of if she's innocent or not. It's just that whatever went on in their breakup, she's decided to
Okay.
step back and focus on herself, and I think he should do the same in, instead of taking to social media and broadcasting their problems, and the baby is in the middle of it all. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, they had RSV. Oh, okay, then yeah, she had every right to try to concentrate on her and her baby's health, especially with him being so young and so little. She had every right, and I don't know what his problem is, but he is definitely tripping. He's definitely tripping, and And he's talking to anybody with ears that's gonna listen, you know. Um, but on to the next topic is drama on the court. Drama on the court. Okay, so I was trying to figure out how I was gonna title this, but it's drama on the court. And so I'll just ask the question: did LeBron James set Bronny up for what was my title?
uh, for generational wealth or
Yeah,
failure.
did he set him up for generational wealth or did he set him up for public humiliation? That's what it was. Now that drama that's on the court is with LeBron James and Stephen A. And the words that he had to say about Stephen A. speaking negative on his son Bronny. And I usually don't keep up with basketball. I mean, when the nineties players retired, I did too. I retired when they retired because the game ain't been the same ever since. But that's just me. Uh, but I did catch that little drama that was on the court between LeBron and Stephen A. Yes, he has time to develop. My opinion of the drama is that LeBron is out of line. I understand as a parent, your job is to protect your kids. You want to protect them. You know what I'm saying? But my question with did he set him up for generational wealth? You know, when this baby, when let me stop calling him a baby. He's grown. So when this young man um entered into the NBA, everybody was excited, saying, "Oh, he that's generational wealth," and the other half was like, "He don't deserve to be there. He didn't earn it." And I was on that bandwagon. I was like, "Wait a minute now, hold up, because if he didn't earn it, then why he there?" And yeah, Stephen A. He do talk too much. He do. He get on everybody's nerve. He get on everybody's nerve. But I don't think he was wrong with this one. You know, he's not. He acknowledged what he did and he stepped back and he's respecting LeBron because he understands on a father standpoint of things. But everybody keeps egging him on. You know, trying to get the negativity out of him. But what he's speaking is that if this young man ain't ranging nothing but 0.3 of his shooting game and 0.3 of rebound assists or 0.4 of all this other stuff, it's like why he there? And so the public humiliation question that I have is, you know, I feel like instead of setting him up for generational wealth, you kind of set him up to be publicly humiliated because nobody respects him because they know why he's there. They know that there are more deserving players that should be in his spot. Yes, we know this young man is a walking miracle. We know he has a testament. We know this. But those can't be the leading factors for why he is in a position that he really shouldn't be in. You know, and his daddy is not going to always be there to protect him. Now, in my opinion, LeBron is in the wrong here. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional. But in my opinion, LeBron is in the wrong here. And I say this because when LeBron is out there on that court, he needs to learn how to separate the personal from the business. And he's always personal on that court when it should just be business. When he's on that court, that is not his son on that court. And he has to get that up here in his head that that's not his son on that court.
Teammate.
That's his teammate. That's his co-worker. When Bronny got on that team, did he just put his son on there and was glad they made history? As a father, he should have separated that. Once Bronny got out there on that court, he should have treated Bronny as if he was an outside person coming in who has to be trained how to be on that court, how to handle himself, how to deal with the public, how to be in the public eye, how to accept criticism, how to overcome all that instead of constantly being his daddy. Once you put that uniform on, you and Bronny were no longer father and son. Y'all became teammates. It's okay to protect the teammate, but you ain't protecting nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you set Bronny up to be disrespected. You set him up to be humiliated. You set him up to be targeted. And he's grown. So he's also fair game once you put him in that limelight. But you didn't prepare your son for that because you was too busy trying to create generational wealth, in my opinion. And who knows what Bronny is going through mentally because of all this stuff. It's not always about the money and the fame. Because at the end of the day, LeBron is not going to be out there on that court with him forever to protect him. So to get mad at Stephen A for speaking truths, just take it and go. You can be upset because you're still his father, but you out there on that court. On that court, you're not his daddy, you're his teammate. And he needs to learn how to separate the two. Because he's not ready. And you force him in a position that he wasn't ready for. He wasn't prepared for it. And so if you think about like when you working, LeBron probably don't know nothing about working in like how we work. Because he's been there since he was 18. But if you at work and you got an employee that come in and you're forced to fast track him or her, fast track train them. And then you realize they sloppy, they all over the place, they can't get it together, but they're dependable. Maybe with a little bit more training, they can get it. Okay, do Bronny that way. Train Bronny. Get him ready for the NBA. Even though he's already there, get him ready. Instead of just throwing him out there and being mad that people are targeting him. Because you're not going to be able to stop him from being targeted. That's how I see it anyway. Get your son ready. Sit down and talk to your son because you're trying to exit out of there. And the way I see it, as long as Bronny's not ready, then LeBron's he's not going to retire yet because he wants to make sure that Bronny is okay. And it's understandable. I get it. But LeBron is in the wrong here. I think he needs to apologize. Instead of Stephen A saying, okay, I realized I crossed the line between a father and a son. Okay, no, you didn't. Because that wasn't a father and a son that you were talking about. You was talking about a teammate. Just like you would anybody else. If you was dogging out another teammate on that team, he ain't gonna come to their rescue. He not. Just keeping it real. So you wasn't talking about a father and a son. You was talking about a teammate. You were talking about a player on that team. And Bronny is fair game. He's on that team. He's in the league. And he ain't performing up to par because he's not ready. So now it's time for that team to train Bronny and get him ready.
Yeah, but when they walk off their court, I'm going to punch you in your face.
What you do outside that arena is between you and God.
You ain't going to keep messing with my baby and thinking I ain't going to see you outside that arena. And I ain't going to punch you in your face.
Well, let's just hope that if that happened, LeBron he know how to back it up. He ain't all talk. Yeah, I just feel like LeBron needs to apologize to Stephen A.
But
I think he needs to realize that
tell him make sure you better
that
answer.
was a teammate and I overreacted because I was still acting as a father out there on the court when I should have been acting as a teammate.
Tell him, Misha. Tell him my babies at their job, they daddy pop up real quick if they have to sit up there.
They mama will too.
Remember Bree at Waterburger? And then Brandon at Joe Season?
Hey, I acted a fool about that day while I was at work. So it's like I understand, you know, when they're young and minors and they can't defend themselves against what comes at them from an adult, that's different. But Bronny is grown.
It don't matter.
Bronny's grown.
My babies is grown
and
too.
It's okay to defend your child, but in that moment on that court, LeBron was not defending his son.
Okay.
He was defending a teammate.
I'll let you make it on that part.
A teammate is what he need to get through his head. And if he gonna do it for that teammate, he need to defend all the teammates. If he ain't planning on defending all the teammates from the words of Stephen A., then he don't need to defend that teammate. Let that teammate deal with it on his own. He has to learn how to overcome adversity.
I'm still saying something.
My opinion. I am not a professional. If you have anything to say on this topic, hey, I am opening the door for comments. Because that's how I feel. If you're just now hopping on this feed, this is Hot Topic Tuesday. Drama continues.
You got kind of personal when you was talking about that baby.
It's not nothing personal. That's just reality.
I understand what you were saying.
If y'all broke up, the first drama was the drama between DDG and Haley.
The reason why I say you started getting personal is because you started seeing you instead of he.
Well, yeah, I apologize for that. I did do that, but
ain't nothing wrong with
he needs to step back and just give her time. Yeah. She's not keeping the baby from him, but judging by what I seen, how he flaunting his baby on his page and stuff, the baby might need some extra protection.
Whoever in the comments said that, you know, they ain't innocent. I mean, you don't know what's going on in the background. But at the same time,
yeah,
you do need to chill out if he's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over.
Because his videos with his son is one way, but when you see the videos with her, they're baby moments. Like she's playing with him.
She's creating memories with her son, and I don't know what he doing. I have no idea what he doing. But it's not good. Not being a mother, looking at that's not good, and it's not benefiting him. It's not looking good on his end. That's how I see it. And he just needs to dime it down a little bit, because he's clearly taking his breakup harder than she is, judging by how mad he is on social media. And his baby clearly want to watch something, I don't know, Bluey or whatever he might want to watch. I'm just putting something out there. And you don't want him to be a baby because you want him to learn how to earn $1 million. He's one. He don't know what that is. Give him some money right now. I guarantee you he'll tear it up. He don't know what it is. So why would you try to force a 1-year-old to sit here and watch some grown-up stuff? I don't know.
For your people that watch the show, that like to fly, Southwest Airlines is getting rid of their free check baggage policy. That's for your people that like to fly.
Southwest Airlines is getting rid of their free check baggage policy.
Free check baggage policy. Yep.
I don't know what that means in the airport.
They said that they will end its long-standing free check bag policy.
So they're going to start charging people to check their bags? Is that what that means?
Well, the whatever it was. Yeah.
Mm. Well, well, I don't have anything else left to say on this feed. I mean, I kind of went through that kind of fast.
Yeah, you from your mind.
I mean, that's what I'm on here for. Uh,
If anybody wants to comment, they didn't get a chance because you was just a going.
well, uh, if you just now hopping on this feed, today is Hot Topic Tuesday, okay? And the drama continues with DDG and Haley with their baby Halo. And tonight's conversation with the drama continuing with their separation, breakup, or whatever you want to call it. Um, I went over those standpoints on how everything is still kind of expanding with what was going on inside of this group, this promising podcast group. And I just hate to see, like I said, such a good show get ruined over whatever happened behind the scenes. And I'm eager to see what's going to happen with some of the members that decided to separate themselves from that group, what they're going to do in their solo careers. I'm eager to see what that's going to be. And also, the last topic was about LeBron James, if whether or not he set his son up for generational wealth or if he set him up for public humiliation. And my stance on what I felt about that is that he was out of line. LeBron was. And I feel like he owes Stephen A. an apology, in my opinion. I feel like he owes him that because he went off on a man that's, at the end of the day, his job is to criticize what you do. That's his job. And if you're doing it well, okay. But if you ain't, you just gave him fuel for the fire. You know what I'm saying? And so to cuss him out and act a fool and throw a tantrum out there is crazy. When you're on the court, that is not a son that you're defending out there on the court. You're not a father on the court.
Look.
LeBron is not a father on the court. He is a teammate. Bronny is a teammate on the court, and he needs to understand that. So I feel like because of that, he needs to apologize to Stephen A.
You don't need to apologize.
Yeah, he do. Because
Stephen A. talked a lot of shit.
That's his job. He cussed at that man.
What did he say to him?
He cussed at that man. Told him stop effing with his son. Stop effing with his son. So he owes him an apology. That's his job to mess with your son. If your son not coming up
to
the
his job.
That's his job.
Stephen A. can make his opinion about how his son is playing and let that be that.
That's what he did.
Stephen A. take a lot of personal jabs at people too.
Yeah, he do that too.
Okay, then.
He do that too. But that's how he.
So guess what?
That's how he is who he is.
So put it like this.
If Stephen A. didn't do that,
hold on.
No. If he didn't do that,
you did all that talk a while ago.
He would not be where he is today in that career.
That's why I was just saying, your people don't get to comment. So put it like this. Stephen A. talked about his son, right? Okay, that's his professional opinion on the court, but he's taking a personal jab at Bronny because it's LeBron's son. You know, he's hating because that's LeBron's son.
Okay.
What if he is? So it's very, very much in LeBron's rights to punch him in his fucking mouth if he sees him outside that arena.
Keyword, outside.
Uh-huh.
They were inside on the court. What are they?
Look.
No.
LeBron
what
gave
are they?
Warning. He said stop.
What are they? Since you causing this argument right here on my feed, what are they inside of that arena?
Once they stop playing the game.
Once they put that uniform on.
They get off that court,
they just regular people. Were on the court.
They
were on the court.
When Stephen A. said it?
Yes. They were on the court.
Were they doing the interview?
And he was in uniform.
Look, let me tell you something.
Inside that arena.
Uh-huh.
They are not father and son.
They still.
They are.
Yes, they are.
Teammates.
They teammates, but they father and son.
So what LeBron do outside of that arena is between him, Stephen A, and God.
Well, let me make it different.
I feel like he owe that man an
He
apology.
don't owe him nothing.
I feel like he do.
Let me change what I said. Once they step off that court,
No, I
and
know.
Stephen A is still there, and I see him,
No, because everybody, it ain't just Stephen A. So unless he's prepared to rain down on everybody, like I said,
how do you know he not?
if he ain't
But
prepared,
how do you know he not?
No.
You know?
When you got that uniform on and you defend Bronny because that's your son,
Mm-hmm.
you need to be prepared to defend the rest of your teammates as well.
Okay.
Because on that court,
But how do you know he?
Bronny is not your son. He
you know
is your
don't?
teammate.
How do you know that he won't?
He don't. You know he don't. He
But
don't.
How do you know?
He don't.
But you don't know that.
He don't.
Because you know what?
At the end of the day, I'm not going to argue with him, y'all. At the end of the day, I said what I said.
Ever since he joined the team,
he owes Stephen A an apology.
He don't owe that man nothing.
He needs to apologize for
Stephen
his
A.
behavior.
Stephen
He don't
A
have to
needs
apologize for his words. No, he don't need to apologize for his words, but he needs to apologize for his behavior because he forgot that he was not his father out there on that court. He was his teammate. He forgot.
Because Stephen A is one of these people that he's one of the people that feel safe behind that camera.
That's fine and dandy. But that's his comfort zone. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to critique.
Your mouth gonna get your ass beat one day.
Okay, and it might, but he is in the wrong.
Let me tell you something.
LeBron stepped over a line. That's his son, yes. It's okay to defend your son, but when you got that uniform on and you out there on that court, LeBron is not your son.
LeBron ain't the son. LeBron ain't the son.
I'm sorry, Bronny is not the son. I mean, you confused me. You upset me.
No, I'm not.
That's not his son when they out there on that court. That is his teammate. And he needs to perform and act as such.
But you don't know if he might take up for a teammate. Hey, that's my teammate, man. You ain't gonna talk about him like that. You don't know that.
Name a time.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking
about. You know what my point is.
I know.
He don't have to apologize for his words, but he just needs to apologize for his behavior.
I know in most football teams, it's like, hey, that's my quarterback. You need to chill out.
Most players they'll just walk on out.
Don't you remember T.O.? You remember T.O.? That's my quarterback. Y'all ain't finna be talking about my quarterback.
Yeah, but did anybody defend T.O.? All right then. Nope. Even though he would do it in return. Because it had nothing to do with them, so they left. Mm-hmm. They did that every man for himself. Because why? I need my job. This pays my bills. Yeah. Okay. He needs to treat Bronny. Now Bronny's already on the team. He needs to treat him like an employee that wasn't trained properly. Mm-hmm. And he needs to train Bronny.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He needs to prepare him.
Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
And get him ready to be on that court without his daddy.
That's fine.
And don't treat him as your son when you're on that court.
Guess what? When LeBron retires,
you treat him as a teammate. When
he retires, it's gonna be fair game.
Now, when he retires, then he can step into his daddy role, and he can act the donkey if he wants to.
He still can act the donkey.
Y'all, I said what I said. Mm-hmm. He needs to apologize to Stephen A.
No, we don't.
For his behavior.
No, we don't.
Because Bronny was his teammate on that court. Bronny was not his son.
Stephen A. be hating on my Cowboys. I don't like that dude.
What? I'm sorry.
You made me cook.
Don't bring them jokers up.
Look, Misha, you better not be talking about my Cowboys.
Matter of fact, Stephen A. I saw today Stephen A. was talking about who should focus on their quarterback more. I was like, the Cowboys. Because they need to do something about that boy. And ruin the whole reputation of why everybody love the Cowboys. I don't know why you bring them up. Hey, you the same. They need to sit him down. Prescott needs to sit down somewhere. Anyway, y'all, if y'all have something to say on this feed, I'm opening up for y'all. Other than that, I'm on here 3 days a week. Okay. I'm on here 3 days a week. Today is Hot Topic Tuesday. Thursday, I will be back on Freestyle Thursday, where any topic goes, where I can talk about pretty much anything. You guys can come to me with anything that you have to say that you want me to talk about. And then I will be back on Saturday for Relationship Saturday, where I talk about relationship topics. So,
Misha,
what?
former NFL star Le'Veon Bell is in the news again. He was accused of raping his cousin, Jada Bell, for 10 years, and a jury just awarded her $25 million in damages.
Was that even enough money? I mean, they settled out of court.
It don't matter. That's it. One, he raped her.
Yeah.
That's fucked up to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
two-
Was that enough?
And two, what makes it worse is his cousin.
I don't know who he is. What does he do?
He was a running back. If I'm not mistaken, he was a running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay, and so
Back when,
so
back when,
is he retired now?
back when I guess he is. Back when Roethlisberger was doing all his shenanigans. You remember he got in trouble for sexual assault, Ben Roethlisberger, number 7 for the, and he never got in trouble, and that was a big deal because they had somebody else that played at that time had got in trouble and was kicked out the league, but they let Roethlisberger keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying that it was because Roethlisberger was white, it was black.
It was a double standard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate that happened to the young lady. I'm glad she was awarded some money to where she don't have to worry about anything, at least for the time being. But was that enough?
Yeah, he'd be in jail.
Was that enough? Yeah. And what else happens to him? That's it?
That's
Or
it.
did they just settle out of court and to keep him from going to jail?
Somebody in the comments said sounds just like another Trump supporter. He posted this picture. He posted a picture in his support for Donald Trump.
Man, y'all, I don't have nothing else to say on these drama-filled topics.
He was the running back. That's right. He was the running back for. He was a good ball player. That's crazy though.
I mean,
You
the
never,
crimes you commit don't never say nothing about a person's personal character. Some of them could be, you never know that they act like that. I hate that for the young lady, but what happens to him? Does he only pay what he's ordered to pay?
Yeah, he just has to pay that. It doesn't say anything about jail time or nothing.
Okay, well maybe she just wanted payback financially, even though mentally that doesn't, help you. And that's why I was like, 25 million, is that even enough for what you still have to endure for the rest of your life, mentally, and how that rolls over into your adult life, especially when you have kids and stuff like that, that can mess with people mentally. But anyway, other than that, you guys, if you're just now jumping on this feed, today is Hot Topic Tuesday. I am your host, Lacey, and today was filled with drama. And I don't have anything else left to say on this drama. But I said what I said. And I hope to see that LeBron apologizes to Stephen A. for his behavior. His words are genuine, I'm sure. But his behavior was unacceptable because he forgot that he was on the clock, on the court. He wasn't a father there. He was a teammate. Other than that, y'all, I have plenty of topics, plenty of videos that you guys can watch and Click on the links on my on my other Facebook page, Snack Capital Talk. That would take you directly to the links of videos if you guys are interested in those. And if you like what you see, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. I have t-shirts. I wore one the other day. If you guys subscribe to the channel and you're interested in my t-shirts, which I do have t-shirt photos on my VD Lacey page that you all are on now. Um, it, I have a lot of different designs of t-shirts. You get $5 off if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Other than that, I thank you guys for tuning in with me. And I will see you guys again right here on Thursday on Freestyle Thursday. And if you're not able to be with me on that day, I will be back on Saturday for Relationship Saturday. Until then, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in and have fun like I have fun. And I will see you guys next time.